Alright, welcome to another episode of Hiking While Vlogging. That is the Statue of Liberty, because I am in New York City. Although over there, that is actually New Jersey. This is New York City. Ahead here. So, I've been here now a week, and it is always, using the sun. There we go. It's always interesting to come back to a place that you previously lived. So I lived in New York for 11 years, which is kind of crazy. I became an American citizen. And a lot of this trip has been around seeing if there's other places, in particular in the North Americas, that I would like to sort of like live. So this all started with a thought process of, do I really want to live in New York? Are there any other options or other things I could kind of be doing instead of kind of living here? So to come back here is a great way of kind of assessing what I've kind of learned, what I like and what I dislike about this city. So New York is, as many people say, New York is New York, which is to say that there's nothing quite like it. It is kind of the cultural hub, like really of the world. There's just so much to do here, so many different cultures and different groups, and there's a city that never sleeps. So I was tired for 11 years, so it's kind of nice. It's always under construction as well, so that's interesting too. But yeah, I think it's cool to come back here because you kind of realize just how much is available in New York compared to other cities, just in terms of the number of museums and activities. For instance, on Sunday evening, I was out with some friends and we decided we wanted to do karaoke, and a quick Google Maps, and there was a karaoke place 15 minutes walk away from where we were, and we decided to go to a different one that was 20 minutes on the tube, or the subway as they call it here. And we did karaoke past midnight on a Sunday. Outside of maybe Seoul and Korea, I don't really think, or Seoul rather, I think I said that incorrectly. I don't think there's anywhere else that you can kind of do that, and that's just one of like a billion things you can kind of do in the city. So in terms of amenities, it's amazing. Compared to the other places I've been, the time zones are closer. It's a pretty cheap flight from New York to the UK because it's highly competitive, because a lot of people travel there, and so a lot of airlines have networks there too. So there's a lot of really positive things about here. I have a huge bunch of friends here, which has been really nice to sort of spend time with them as well. But yeah, it's a very cool city. But the downsides, and that's obviously one of the reasons why I was originally traveling, was because I was trying to assess what are the downsides, and are they really downsides for me. I think one of the interesting things was basically within 10 minutes of being on the subway, I instantly had like a hatred of people. I was just like, I hate everybody here. And I realized I didn't really feel like that in any other places. I mean, there were times where maybe I disliked people, but there was sort of, there's a sort of feeling against other people, especially tourists, even though I'm technically a tourist now. So that was kind of interesting to kind of experience that. But, towards the end of this week, I realized that just kind of seems like the norm, and you just kind of get used to that. And so I think that's a huge downside, is that you kind of get exposure therapy to a place like New York. So it really ends up sort of like really changing a little bit who you are and how you view the world, which can be a good thing. I think it's a great thing for like hustle culture, just this notion of wanting to do better and better. But part of that comes from the fact that the city cramps a lot of people in a small space, and every apartment is small. The hotels I've been staying in have been very small as well. It's just the cost of real estate is so high that it creates this culture of wanting to strive to get larger and better things, and in the meantime also distract you from those things by going to more bars and drinking more and dating more and going to like fancy restaurants and spending stuff there. Whereas I feel like in other places you don't really have that need as much, because you don't have that sort of negativity or that sort of small cramped space. So I kind of feel like New York kind of does that, which has benefits and positives to it. But yeah, I mean, the city is cool. I think the way I kind of think about it is I would only move back here for like an amazing job, and I'd still make it happy. It's kind of like, it's like, for me it's a 7 out of 10. I was out with some people last night, similar sort of like ages and professional experience to me, and they kind of viewed it as like an 8 out of 10, which is to say that they realize that there are negatives, but those negatives kind of outdo the positives. And I kind of think that for me now, the negatives are above the positives compared to like other places and other cities as well. So I don't think you can see, but that is the top of One World Trade Center, just up there, at the very top there, which I went up. It's very cool. Definitely go there when it's good weather, and generally try and get there about 4 o'clock so you can see two different versions of the city, because the city is very different during the day and very different during the night. So it's a beautiful place to see the sunset. There's in areas too, but yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, yeah, very expensive city as well, especially because there's sort of this sort of FOMO, this desire to keep doing more things and to sort of outdo it, not outdo each other, but just sort of, yeah, any night I spent in New York, I always felt a sense of guilt. That's all I'm from. But yeah, overall, it's an amazing city. Highly recommend it for anybody, especially under the age of 30. I don't think there's anywhere quite like it. But as I sort of edge towards my 40s, I think it's a city that I thoroughly enjoyed for 11 years, but it is not my city anymore, at least not for right now. So this doesn't really count as hiking, I realize. I'm just in like a park in the southwest of the city, walking around, starting to get into a lot of shopping centers now, but I think it's definitely a place to live at some point in your life if you have the opportunity to. But for me, right now, it's not. So this might be my last vlogging while hiking. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing after Christmas. I'm heading back to the UK, to London, and then to visit my family in Manchester. So let me know if you've enjoyed this, or if there's a different format you'd like, or yeah, anything else in the comments, because content creation and engagement and all that stuff. But thanks for watching. And there's lots of planes and helicopters going off, because that's New York. Especially if you've seen Succession, it's you can kind of experience and see that sort of thing really happening. So like here. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that. And maybe I'll see you in the next one. Who knows? All right, bye.